Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Board. And coming up here on today's show, I'm going to give you 10 players that I want the Las Vegas Raiders to go ahead and target in round 3 at pick 86. But I wouldn't be able to do today's show if it wasn't for our awesome sponsor, Panda Subs. If you guys are looking to get in just like the best physical shape that you possibly can this offseason, then go to chatsports.com/draftstack. Use code Mitch where you can save real life $139 on your deal. So usually the stack that I'm giving you guys is $238. Use code Mitch. It's only going to be $99. It's all my favorite products from Panda Subs. I promise y'all, you guys are going to absolutely love it. So what you guys are going to see here on today's show are my top 10 draft targets, and I try to make these guys as realistic as humanly possible, right? I'm not going to throw in Coby Dean because I still think Coby Dean ends up getting drafted a little bit earlier. On top of that, I am going to tell you guys where Mel Kiper has these players going ahead and getting ranked. So before I give you those 10 names, let's go through the entire first round of the 2022 NFL Draft, which was fast. There's no doubt about it. I had a lot of fun on our live show tonight, which I'm sure you guys can probably tell which I'm going to be slurring some words here and there, but it's all good. Travon Walker goes off the board. First round, told you, Raider, 818. Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley Jr., Ahmad Gardner. Those are your first 4 picks. Kevon Thibodeau, Akeem Ekwonu, Evan Neal, Drake London, top 8. Let's go to 9 through 16, and there were 9, count them, 9 trades in the first round. It was wild, man. Charles Cross off the board. Garrett Wilson of the Jets. The Saints ended up trading up for Chris Olave. The Lions traded up for Jameson Williams. The Eagles, they traded up for Jordan Davis. Kyle Hamilton might have been the steal of the draft. The Texans, they take Kenyon Green. The Washington Commanders go ahead and they take Jihad Dotson. Then the Chargers in our division, they go ahead and take Zyon Johnson, one of the better interior offensive linemen in this draft. The Titans, they traded up for Treylon Burks, or technically, and I say technically because A.J. Brown was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. So then Tennessee, they went ahead, they took Treylon Burks. Trevor Penning goes to the Saints. The only quarterback drafted in round 1, which I don't know if this ever happened before. Kenny Pickett, number 20 overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Chiefs, they went ahead, they traded up for Trent McDuffie, the cornerback out of Washington. Quay Walker, the first linebacker off the board. Kier Elam was traded up for by Buffalo. The Cowboys took Tyler Smith, and I'm laughing because Tom Downey was having an absolute meltdown. Tyler Lindenbaum, probably one of the also better value picks off the board here. The Jets, they trade up for Jermaine Johnson. The Jags, they trade up for Devin Lloyd. Packers take Devonta Wyatt. Cole Strange maybe have been the strangest pick in round 1. George Karlaftis, Daxton Hill, and then Lewis Sine. Those are your top 32 picks in the 2022 NFL Draft. And if I've gathered anything, the Davante Adams trade for the Raiders looks even better now because all the wide receivers that went early on, the offensive linemen that went early on, the Raiders did the right thing by trading for Davante Adams. So here are Tom Downey's best players available entering day 2, entering round 2. Coby Dean, would love for the Raiders to get him. Bryce Hall, top running back. Don't see the Raiders taking him. Roger McCreary, Andrew Booth Jr., another really solid cornerback out of Clemson at 28 overall. So those are the top 4 players left in Tom Downey's big board. And when I think about who are some guys that the Raiders could trade up for, Coby Dean is definitely a guy to keep in mind. He also is Andrew Booth. Both guys are dealing with a little bit of an injury issue. And if they slide down around 50, look for the Raiders to get aggressive. So let me know, y'all, down in the comments section right now, who should the Raiders draft at pick number 86? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and make this the pinned comment of today's show. So if you come across this video, I want you to scroll down in the comment section right now. Let me know, who should the Raiders draft at pick number 86? Now, I didn't rank these players in any specific order, but these are 10 guys on my big board that I hope if they are on the board, the Raiders go ahead and they try to take them. Abraham Lucas, the offensive tackle from Washington State. He's a guy that I just think more people should be going ahead and they should be talking about. He's better in pass protection than the run game, which is what I think that this Raiders organization is going for. He does have some left tackle traits, but he's athletic enough where I think he could be a right tackle, no doubt about it, for the silver and black. Let's go to Perrion Winfrey, my defensive tackle from Oklahoma. He's probably the most likely defensive tackle that if he were to fall down would be an interesting pick there. Mel Kiper has him ranked at number 55 in his big board. And the players that you're going to see on screen are guys that are realistic in round 3. Like, I'm not just going to throw the top guys left on the board. I'm trying to find players who I think are realistic at pick number 86. But Perrion Winfrey definitely needs to provide more consistent play. He's explosive. He's got the athleticism, got that big size that you're looking for. And the Raiders, one of their biggest needs is defensive tackle. So we were live for day 1. Jeremy Chugs and I, dude, we had a hell of a time. Shout out to So Avi Love. Shout out to Raider Ron. Shout out to every single person that went ahead and they sent in the super chat. We had a great time. And you know what? We're going to be starting off tomorrow's show with 2 beer bongs. You know why? Because Raider Nation likes to get down. And if you want draft coverage, if you want to have a good time, you want to party, you want to be able to stay up to date, get the picks before you see them on television, hit that subscribe button. So even if you didn't hit anything tonight, you can hit that sub button, turn on those notifications as well. Let's go to the next player here on my scouting reports list. It's Troy Anderson, the linebacker out of Montana State. Phenomenal athlete. This guy was all Big Sky at quarterback, running back, linebacker. He was just a phenomenal player. And at that level, you put your good players on the field. He's got sideline-to-sideline ability with some coverage skills. Also provides some special teams ability. The Raiders, they need another linebacker. And if Troy Anderson's there at 86, they should definitely consider him. Let's go to Coby Bryant. No, I'm not talking about dropping threes. I'm not talking about alley-oop and Shaq. I'm talking about being able to handle our defensive backfield. And out of all the players that I have here on today's show, the lowest graded player, according to Mel Kiper Jr., ESPN NFL draft analyst, is in fact Coby Bryant. He's a good tackler. Only missed 3 in 2021. However, he did allow a lot of big plays, and I think that's because teams didn't want to target his teammate, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, and in fact, they targeted him instead. He's better in zone coverage, could be a solid cornerback 3 for the Raiders. Now, today's show, y'all, is presented by Panda Sups, and if you guys want a good deal, and if you're looking to get into better shape, I want you to go to chatsports.com/draftstack. So essentially what I made is, a lot of y'all are always asking me, what are your favorite products from Panda Sups? It's the cuts, BCAs, greens, burn, and I went ahead and I threw in a shaker. So the value of this deal is $238. Nah, I give the best for the nation. If you use code Mitch, and you can either use the link that you see below, or you can scan this QR code, I'm going to save you guys $139. So usually it's $238. Nah, it's only $99 if you scan that QR code, you use code Mitch at checkout. I'm going to get you guys the hookup for $99. You guys are going to get the cuts, the greens, BCAs, the free shaker. I got you covered. Why? I want you to try Panda Sups products. I promise y'all. I mean, you think I just talk about this shit? Dude, I have so much of this stuff. It's insane. I use it every day, and you're like, Mitch, you're a little bit drunk right now, so you're just showing me stuff. You know what? You're right. I am a little bit tipsy, but you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow, take a scoop of BCAs before I go to bed tonight, scoop of BCAs. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and not hungover. Why? Panda Sups, their shit is legit. Chatsports.com/draftstack. Scan this code, use code Mitch, save yourself $139, get the best shape of your life, and never be hungover again. All right, let's go to Daniel Faalele. This is a big guy. He could pick down a lot of Panda Sups products. Now, he dropped 25 pounds prior to the 2021 season to improve his movement skills a little bit. Only 1 pressure allowed in his final 8 games. And when I talk about Carmen Bracillo, the Raiders offensive line coach, this is a project. And if I would rather have one person have a project, it would be him. So you know what? Let's go ahead and let's roll the dice a little bit. And he's the number 82 overall prospect, according to Mel Kiper. A player who the Raiders have been looking at is Greg Dulcich, the tight end out of UCLA. When you look at the amount of tight ends that the Raiders have brought in on their pre-draft visits, and the fact that Mel Kiper has him ranked at number 52, he's a downfield threat. He reminds me of a lesser version of George Kittle. That's his upside. I don't think that's what he ends up turning out to be as. However, if you want to be able to add another tight end who you can rely on, he would be the third best tight end on the Raiders offense behind Darren Waller, behind Foster Moreau. Let's go to Zyon McCollum, one of my favorite prospects in this year's draft. Ball hawk with unreal athleticism. And I'm telling you all right now, if you put Zyon McCollum on a D1 team, he's a first-round pick. A lot of people don't know a lot about him, but this guy is talented. 5-year starter in college with some special teams value. He's competitive. He was a stud at the FCS level. And yes, sometimes the FCS jump is difficult for players. But he doesn't need to start right away. You put him in your team, add an extra depth piece. You let him learn behind some good NFL coaching, put on a little bit more weight. He has the athletic traits to be a solid, and I mean solid, NFL cornerback one. All right, guys, so there was a lot of trades, y'all, that went down today. And whether I was live on Chat Sports, whether Jeremy and I were partying here on the Raiders Report, 9 trades went down in the first round. It's a lot. So will the Raiders trade up and to get into round 2? You guys let me know. Type T for trade, or if you think they're going to stay at pick number 86, you can go ahead and type your S for stay. Let's go to another prospect that the Raiders actually had in on a visit, and I've talked about Marcus Jones a bunch on the Raiders Report. He might be one of my favorite athletes to watch, and if you want to look up highlight tapes, Marcus Jones is a guy to look at. He is elite return ability, 9 touchdowns, 10 kick returns, 3 punt returns during his time in college. He might not be the best cornerback in the NFL, but you know what? I'm telling you all this is straight up. I would pick Marcus Jones. I'd put him at special teams, and I'd also put him on offense. Why? He's that quick twitchy. He is just unbelievable with the ball in his hands. You put him in on offense, and defensive coordinators have to respect his athletic ability. Let's go to defense now. We got Chenal, linebacker out of Wisconsin, great run defender. Has got some flashes at times as well as a blitzer. Tested even better than he looked like on tape from my personal thoughts. His coverage is definitely a big question mark based on his play with the Badgers. But you're going to see a lot of that out of Big Ten players. He's ranked number 76 overall on Mel Kiper's big board. Let's go to Phidarian Mathis. I took him in my latest Raiders mock draft. He's ranked number 70 on Mel's big board. Long player, good power. I like his hand usage a lot as well. He played on the defensive line for the Crimson Tide, and like when I say all over, I mean he played defensive end, defensive tackle, nose tackle. Wherever needed him, he played there. Versatility, I like that a lot. He's not super athletic, which definitely limits his upside, but he's ready to play right now, and one of the biggest Raiders needs is defensive tackle. All right, guys, so those are my top 10 players. I guess I should say my 10 most realistic players that I think the Raiders could get at pick number 86. We'll see what the Las Vegas Raiders decide to do on day 2. A lot of crazy shit ended up going down. But if you made it this far in the video, y'all, I appreciate you. It's been a long day for me here at Chat Sports. Me and Jeremy Chucks have been here for about 15 hours. But you know what? We keep you guys up to date. So hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. We're going to be live tomorrow, and we're doing the show, starting it off with a beer chug. It's going to be, or 2 beer bongs. It's going to be wild. You know what, though? I'm ready to party. So if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Type end, and I will see you tomorrow for the live Raiders Report coverage.